Motorcycle insurances are not regulated in Ontario, which means you'll get a different insurance quote from different insurance companies. In this video, we're going to talk about what are the different types of insurances, what are the factors that determines your insurance cost, and at the end, we're going to talk about how to save on your insurance.
There are three types of insurance coverages that will decide cost of your insurance premiums. Third party. This is the minimum coverage that is required by the law, which covers the third party that is involved during at-fault accidents. Basically, what it means is if you were to hit a person, this coverage will take care of any cost that is related to their health and any damages or repairs that may require to their property or a vehicle. There are also accidental benefits which are mandatory in Ontario, which covers any personal injury related cost to you. Third-party coverages does not include your motorcycle, so if there are any damages or repair cost involved with your motorcycle, that has to come from your own pocket. Collision. This is an optional coverage which covers all the third-party liabilities and any damages to your motorcycle during at-fault accidents. Comprehensive. This coverage provides maximum protection by covering third-party liabilities, your motorcycle, and any non-collision related incidents like fire, theft, vandalism, etc.
Depends on your situation, you can opt for collision or comprehensive coverage, except if you're financing your motorcycle, because in that case, bank owns it, and it wants to be fully protected under comprehensive coverage until the loan is fully paid off.
Postal code. This is probably one of the biggest factors that decides your insurance cost. Insurance companies will typically analyze the postal code based on number of crimes, thefts, and vandalism that they have received. It also matters where you live, whether you live in a house or an apartment. Houses are considered low risk because you're most likely going to have an enclosed private garage space versus a condo building where you'll be parking in underground parking lots where there's a higher number of thefts and vandalism. The second most important factor is going to be your motorcycle. What type of a motorcycle you're planning to ride. Sports bikes are considered higher risk and you'll be paying the highest insurance for it. If you have a R or S in your bike name, consider it as sport. R stands for race, S stands for sport. RR stands for race replica, but for the insurance company it means relatively risky. Cruisers and touring bikes are considered lower risk and they tend to have a lowest insurance cost, except if you have a Harley. Harley Davidsons are typically expensive to begin with and the parts are also expensive, so they're going to be on a higher side of insurance cost. If you're planning to get a sport bike, I would recommend to explore sport touring option. Basically, it's a touring bike with a sport engine on it, so you get to reap the benefits of a sport engine while not paying for a sport bike. Engine size. Yes, size matters. Typically, insurance company will consider bikes up to 500cc as beginner bikes. Anything more than 500cc, you'll be paying higher insurance for it, especially if your bike is over 1000cc. There's a one exception to this, which is cruisers. Cruisers with up to 750cc may fall under beginner category. Next factor to consider is the purchasing cost and the current market value of your motorcycle. Higher the cost, higher the insurance. The year of the model also may make a difference. Are you planning to buy the newest motorcycle that came out this year or the same model that came out 10 years ago? The newer motorcycle is going to cost you more in insurance. Buying an older motorcycle is not necessarily always lower on insurance either, because if you end up buying a motorcycle that is discontinued, it's going to be hard to replace or repair. In most cases, the insurance company have to pay you out its market value, which is a higher risk. That means you'll be paying more for really, really old motorcycles. So if you're planning to get something that's a vintage, then I would recommend to go with the insurance company that are specifically deals with the vintage motorcycles. I will leave their details in the description down below. Modifications and accessories. Now, a lot of riders don't know about this is if you are planning to do any modifications on your motorcycle or bought a motorcycle that was already modified, you're obligated to inform the insurance company about it. Modifications such as putting a loud exhaust, that is considered as modification. In some cases, you might have to alter ECU, which is a computer of the motorcycle that makes the motorcycle act in a different way than what it came as a stock. So it becomes a higher risk. In most cases, the modifications is going to cost you more insurance premiums. Now, let's say what happens if you don't let them know. If you were to get in an accident, insurance company is going to go over your bike to make sure everything is stock, and they're going to find some things that are not stock, and now you're giving them a reason to decline your claim. I'm not going to sit here and judge what you decide. It's really your call at the end of the day. My job was just to let you know the consequences so you can make a better decision for yourself. Accessories like fog lamps, panniers, protection parts can also be added onto your insurance. What is the primary use of your motorcycle? Are you planning to ride for a leisure, daily commute, or a business? Your leisure commute is going to cost you a lot lesser than a business or a daily commute. Kilometers driven annually also matters. How many kilometers are you planning to ride? Higher the kilometers, higher the risk. Age also plays a factor in deciding insurance premium cost. Any rider that's under 25 or over 45 may be considered as a higher risk. The age brackets will differ from insurance company to insurance company. Typically, they decide this number based on higher number of claims received from that specific age group. License class M1, M2, or M. Many insurance companies are not accepting M1 riders as the risk is much higher. There are some insurance companies that will accept you, but they will charge you a lot of money. The insurance cost goes down significantly once you have your M2 license. So personally, I would recommend for you to wait until you get your M2. I see many students throughout the year that could not wait and ended up getting the insurance on their M1 licenses. And even after getting their M2, they're stuck with that M1 pricing for the entire year. That's why I would recommend to wait until you get your M2. But if you can't wait and if you want to start riding, then I would recommend to find an insurance company that is willing to change the M1 pricing to M2 in the middle of the year once you receive your license. But again, that depends on insurance to insurance company. So you want to check that before you basically accept the quote. The price difference from M2 to M license is not much. But again, there is a one benefit of holding the M license, which I will explain you at the end of this video. If you're wondering how the motorcycle licensing process works in Ontario, check out the link above or details in the description down below. Does driving a car consider as an experience? No, it does not. Riding is considered as a different skill set and driving experience does not get counted. So what is riding experience? Riding experience is a consecutive years of active insurance policy. So let's say if you had a motorcycle license for last 10 years, but if you don't have currently any active insurance policy under your name, you're considered as a beginner rider. Marital status: single, married, or common law. Married and common law applicants are considered as a lower risk.
Let's talk about how to save on motorcycle insurance. One of the first things that comes in my mind is choosing a right motorcycle. There are some motorcycles that are blacklisted in their system, for example, CBR 600, Yamaha R6, and it's because of the higher number of claims that they received every year through either accidents or a higher number of thefts on them. So before you buy a bike, make sure you call around to see how the insurance looks like. When you're calling them around, all you need is a year, make, and model of that motorcycle. See how it looks, and then purchase a motorcycle. Second biggest way to save on your insurance is going to be choosing a right insurance company. Now, this is one of the most commonly asked questions is what insurance company that I should go for? And there's no set answer to it because in Ontario, the insurance cost is not regulated, which means you could get a different pricing with the different insurance companies. So your best bet is going to be calling them around to see what's out there. You have insurance companies and then you have insurance brokers that you can call. You could have luck with any one of them. To help you guys out, I have created a list of insurance companies that you could call. I will leave the details in the description down below. The first insurance company I think you should try is your own insurance company that you're currently with. So if you have a car insurance, your home insurance, call them to see if they also secure motorcycles. Because in some cases, they might be able to bundle all of that cost and you might end up saving there. Once you call them different companies and you find something that you like, have them send it over to you. That way you have something in writing. Typically you have 30 days to lock it in. You're not obligated to the insurance companies. You're only binded for a legal contract for 1 year. After 1 year, you get to do a call around again. You can call different companies because you might be surprised that you might end up saving some cost by switching companies. And for any reason that you really like your insurance company, you can still call around, and if you find a better pricing, you can go back to your original insurance company to show them like, hey, I got this price, is there anything you could do? In most cases, they will try to match it because obviously they don't want to let you go. Workplace might be affiliated with the insurance company, or you might be a CAA member and they do offer discounts for CAA members. One of the questions that I commonly ask before hanging up the call with the insurance agent is, are there any other discounts that I might be eligible for? And in that case, they have to go through the entire list of things that may resonate with your current situation. Pay upfront if you can. This doesn't save you a lot, but it may get rid of the banking fees that is associated with the monthly payments. I have a question for you. What if your friend were supposed to ride your motorcycle? Is your friend also insured on that motorcycle under your policy? The answer is, it depends on your insurance company. In some cases, insurance companies will only insure you as a rider or whoever is on the policy, and the friend will not be insured, or that motorcycle might not be insured. So my personal insurance is allowing my motorcycle to be ridden by anyone else as long as I give my consent to that person to ride this motorcycle. But that person cannot be a M1 rider. Almost no insurance company will be willing to accept or insure M1 riders. So that person has to have either M2 or M class license. But before you lend out your bike, make sure you check that with the insurance company. I hope this information was helpful to you and it helps you to make a better decision. If you find any value in this video, hit that like button and subscribe for more advanced riding skill related content. Thank you very much for your time, and I'll see you in the next one.